With what I'm about to tell you, you will learn how to hack your brain to retain everything you study even if you don't want to remember it, to learn faster than before and to raise your motivation through the roof, even if you don't like to study. Stay until the end of the video because I'm going to share with you 8 scientifically proven techniques, tricks, tips or considerations for you to increase your physical, mental and intellectual performance. Let's get started. If you know what it's good for, you'll learn it. What is the use of what you study? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Very often we focus our efforts on acquiring knowledge, on understanding and retaining information, but we don't think about what we can do with it. But, from now on, stop for a moment and ask yourself, what is the use of what I am studying? What can I do with it? Is it useful? Can I apply it to my daily life, and to a job? Even if you think that studying is important, for your brain it is not, and it will not want to waste energy on it. And the fact is that, many times, when you are lazy to study, it is not you who is lazy, but your brain. More than lazy, it is efficient. The ultimate goal of your brain is not to waste energy and thus reserve it for processes that are essential for survival. Thinking and studying involve a high consumption of energy resources and the brain will not bother to waste energy on it, because it does not consider it necessary for survival and will not do it unless it is crucial or the benefit of studying is obvious. Therefore, you must give him a compelling reason to devote energy to learning. Imagine yourself making use of what you study. If your brain assimilates and understands the usefulness of what you learn, understands what that information is for, and above all, if it can see the benefit, it will spare no effort to learn. And no, passing the next exam is not a compelling reason. That's not the utility of what you study. From now on, identify what you want to learn for and you will never feel lazy in your study sessions again. Visualize what you study. To do this, convert abstract data into concrete and create images with them. Abstract data are ethereal, tenuous and intangible, it is very difficult to imagine them. However, concrete data are palpable, close and easy to imagine. What is the shape of joy? What about a cow? You cannot imagine joy, but you can imagine a cow. The mental records you keep in your brain allow you to reproduce that data visually. Your brain finds it much easier to understand what you can convert into images and, consequently, it will be easier to remember. To convert abstract data into visuals you can use examples, metaphors, similes, stories, drawings or diagrams. Have an exclusive place to study. You may be familiar with Pavlov's dog experiment. Pavlov noticed that his dog began to salivate when he fed him. So, in his experiment, he rang a bell every time he put food in it and found that when he rang it, even if he didn't feed it, the dog began to salivate. This is what is known as classical conditioning. The dog learned to associate the sound of the bell with food. You can do the same with the different areas of your home, for example, use the sofa only for resting, the bed only for sleeping and the desk only for studying. This way you will be associating the desk with study. As a result, every time you sit in front of it, it will be easier for you to study and not be distracted by other things. Establish rewards and punishments. When you finish your study session, reward yourself with something you enjoy. You can eat something you like, meet your friends, play a video game, rest. Whatever you want. The only condition is that it must be something that you enjoy and that you find pleasurable. The objective is not to use it to force you to study, thinking that the sooner you finish, the sooner you will be able to dedicate yourself to leisure. Nor use it as in the fable of the donkey and the carrot. The objective is to associate that pleasurable stimulus with study in order to condition you to study in the future. This happens thanks to the reward system, which is, simply put, the mechanism that is responsible for associating different situations with sensations of pleasure or pain, with the aim that we learn whether we should do them again in the future or not. The reward received makes your body secrete endorphins, which are in charge of making you feel pleasure, and dopamine, which will give you the feeling of accomplishment and motivation. Set yourself a goal to accomplish in your study time and do it. Completing goals also activates the reward system and is pleasurable, so it can be more than enough of a reward. When you do not study what you had planned, the mere fact of not doing it can be a valid punishment. Except if you don't care whether you study or not, in that case, you should establish some system of undesirable consequences as a punishment for not studying. For example, not meeting your friends, getting bored, changing the dinner you like so much for another one you don't enjoy, or simply keep studying longer than you had planned. By the time you realize it, studying will not be an effort. Sleep well. Whether for studying, working, or for anything else, cutting back on sleep is exactly what you should not do if you want to have a good academic performance. During the night, the brain is in charge of reorganizing stored information and restoring your intellectual capacity so that, the next day, you can make full use of your faculties. Consequently, lack of sleep will make it more difficult for you to assimilate and retain information. For this reason, going to bed late the day before an exam can doom you, especially if you are not well prepared, because it will be more difficult for you to understand the content of the exam, maintain your concentration, and all your mental processes will be slow. In addition, the probability that you will draw a blank or forget information is multiplied. It is when you sleep that your brain takes care of consolidating everything you have learned during the day. That's why it's so important to get quality sleep after a day of studying. To make sure you get a good night's sleep, avoid blue light at night. Do not drink caffeine after 4 p.m. Do not eat large dinners. Have a fixed bedtime. Keep the bedroom completely dark. Sleep well to recharge your batteries, refresh your mind, learn and improve your performance. Eat right. Anything that has to do with maintaining optimal health has a positive impact on your ability to study. Eating too many meals causes more blood to flow to the stomach than to the brain, and, as a result, you will feel sick to your stomach and drowsy. It is better to eat lighter but revitalizing meals. Glucose is the brain's fuel. Sweet foods can give you a momentary energy boost, but overloading yourself with sugars in a very short time can have the opposite effect, in addition to giving you diabetes. Also, it is preferable to choose them from natural, unprocessed sources. Eating a piece of fruit or a piece of dark chocolate during your study is a perfect way to give your brain the glucose boost it needs. In short, eating a balanced and healthy diet will help you maintain the right state of health to improve your physical and intellectual performance and capacity. Get moving and exercise. You don't need to become a regular at the gym or spend hours a day training. It is enough with 20 or 30 minutes of physical activity to experience its benefits. You can go for a run, walk, or do any type of exercise on your own. Doing sport will give you more energy and physical capacity, contributes to oxygenate the body, which also benefits your brain and can improve your ability to concentrate and memory. In addition, due to the release of endorphins it produces, you will find yourself in higher spirits, which will give you the right attitude to study. So, don't excuse yourself again for lack of time, and take a little time to do some exercise. Relax. It is common to find students in high-stress situations, especially during exam time. Stress and anxiety can dull your intellectual capacity, make it difficult for you to remember what you study, affect your quality of sleep, decrease your concentration, affect your mood, and ultimately make all your efforts to learn useless. You can use relaxation techniques to keep stress and anxiety at bay, improve your state of health and enhance your abilities. Meditation, breathing exercises or sports are very effective relaxation techniques that you can use in your daily life. If you keep these 8 considerations in mind, your success as a student is guaranteed. To sum up, if you know what it is for, you will learn it. Visualize what you study. Have an exclusive place to study. Establish rewards and punishments. Sleep well. Eat well. Move and exercise. Relax. Remember that this video is the 4th of a playlist with tips to study better. If you want to see the previous videos, I leave the link in the description. Oh, and subscribe if you like the content. See you in the next video.